のままじゃ今までの俺と同じだ。人生変えに来てんだよ。世界一になりに来てんだよ。君らエゴイスト潔良一。俺はストライカーだ。
Hey, so, there's some really cool Isagi tech. Really quickly, before I even begin this video, I want to thank Extract for discovering it. Azure Latch Insane Overtime Discovery. I said, wait, this is kind of sick. Let me make a video on it. And he said, yeah, for sure. So, I'll just quickly thank him. Go check him out. He's really cool. But yeah, Isagi has some really sick overtime tech, right? And I just thought I'd show him to you as well, just like he did. So before we get into this, I've got a really big, announcement as well. There's an art competition going on my Discord server for 9,000 Robux. Here you go, 9k Robux competition. Here are the amounts. Third place gets 1k, second place gets 2k, first place gets 6k, and also an Azure Latch developer is covering first place. So please join the Discord server, and if you want to attempt that, you've got 2 weeks. But yeah, links in the description, and also subscribe. Okay, sorry, that was kind of a lot in front of a video, but I just wanted to get that out there. So yeah, anyway, let me get straight into the video. So like I said, Isagi has actually some really cool tech that involves his overtime. Very simply, there's two things that I didn't know you could do with Isagi. Number one is you can still stand in the same place of the lucky spot even after it's disappeared to activate the lucky goal. Second, you can use the overtime flow without it being overtime. So let's do the first one. So really simply, right, I've got to wait for overtime, of course, so this video is going to be long times of just me waiting. So now that it's getting into overtime, I can demonstrate this first tech, and I actually think this is one of the coolest ones, because I've tried to do this but failed, but I didn't know I was just kind of being dumb. So I'm going to quickly tell you how to know where the lucky spot is, even if it's disappeared, or what we'll need to know later on is before you even enter flow, you need to know where the spot is. So simply enough, you see these boxes in front of the goalkeeper, right? The ones that are in the middle, and they come down here. If you go past this semicircle and you come to here, this is the box you want to stand in. The one that's just intersecting with the semicircle is one after the striker zone, or the goalie box, or whatever you want to call it. And it's this box right here. Now what I want you to do is stand in the middle, right, walk backwards until you're about slightly off of the end, and then a bit to the left. And now the lucky spot, I believe, is right here. So if I enter overtime flow now, this isn't the soccer that I want to play. As you can see, I'm in the lucky spot. So if I was to be more in the middle, then it would be right here. So I'm going to wait for this to dissipate. So now you can see it's gone. Furthermore, as you can see, the lucky spot is in the middle, but down and to the left a bit. So I'm gonna wait like 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Just to demonstrate that it's over, right? The lucky spot is gone. But if I use the third move now, hopefully it still plays the lucky goal, which is sick. You don't, it's not restricted to the 5 seconds it's there. What do I strike at? I want to score with my goal! So yeah, pretty simply, you can see that I actually just, it's not restricted to those 5 seconds where you can actually see the lucky spot. The lucky spot is active throughout the whole time your ultimate is active, which I actually didn't know, which I think that's great, because there's been many circumstances where I've used the ultimate in overtime wanting to hit the lucky shot, but either I was tackled or, you know, I didn't get the ball at the start of kickoff, some weird reason or circumstance that I didn't have the ball and the lucky spot disappeared. It's so glad to know that it's still viable even after it disappears. So I mean, like we've discussed, being in the middle is like right here, though you don't have to be perfect. As long as you're inside the puzzle piece, which is actually fair enough, like it's quite big, then it will activate either way. So I honestly think that's great, because now I can pop ult in overtime to make sure no one else does, and then just find the spot, get into flow. It actually won't be that hard as well. If you use flow at any time in overtime, then as long as you have the ball, you could just focus on sprinting here and then like quickly stand here and then shoot, right? It's similar to lineups, right? You guys all know my Kaiser lineups, right? I've got this one right here. I stand like over to the left of the box here, then look at that line of chairs there, like the intersecting bit in the middle. And if I shoot there, then it's a lineup that's really good and goes in. So standing in this spot is pretty similar to a lineup, whereas you have to do it quickly as to not get tackled and stuff like that. So pretty simply, you just wanna rush here if you're in your overtime ult. Doesn't matter if you've used your overtime ult and the lucky spot's gone. Just get in that position and use it and get that auto goal. It's so powerful. But now I'm going to explain the next tech. This one is kind of much harder to hit because it requires the game not going into overtime to use overtime ult. Alright, hear me out. I'm gonna score for my team, right? Thank God that went in. That would have been really embarrassing if it didn't. So now as you can see, it's 1-0. It isn't going to go into overtime. As we all know, overtime requires matching scores for it to go into overtime. So you might be thinking, how am I going to go into overtime? It's not going to go over. Well, you can actually activate overtime if the time is 0000. So you have a second to use flow in that 000 where the game hasn't ended yet. And if you do, you'll enter overtime flow. But there's a catch. Obviously, right after you've done the flow, the game will end instantly. So to actually properly use this flow, what you want to do is when the time's going to hit 0, you need to be in this spot, right? You need to be in this spot, and you need to press ult right as the time hits 0. And whilst you're in the ult animation, you need to be spamming the third move, my direct shot, to be able to use it. Therefore, allowing you to either one of two things. For example, I'm on home team right now, so if I did it, then it would go 2-0. So you can either style on your opponents like hell and hit the auto goal on them on a game that you've already won, or if it's 1-0 and I'm on away, I could tie the game and put it into overtime, therefore allowing us to have a second chance to win. Is that not sick? Alright, you're gonna have to give me 2.5 minutes to chill and do nothing until that happens. Alright, I gotta get ready for this, right? I'm waiting for the time to hit 000. I'm also on the home team, which means I'm gonna take this to 2-0. So if you watch now, I'm getting ready to press G at 0000000. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. As you see, and now I'm spamming 3. And if you see, I'm stood in the zone, and before the game can end, I use it. Now, like I said before, if I was on the opposite team, then this would draw it, therefore making you go into overtime. But obviously, I'm on the same team, which means I'm gonna 2-0 this, and just imagine if you do this to actually like 2-0 or end the game, even if it's not overtime. You just be styling on your opponents. Like, that's so sick. Now, the biggest complaint I saw when looking through the comments of Extract's video is people said no one's gonna let you stand there and wait for overtime and wait for the 0-0-0-0, right? But here's the catch. Teammates, right? If you have a Psy on the other side of the field and everyone's running towards him, right? If he passes it to you when there's like 5 seconds left, then it's easy. You've got years because people have to run back over to you. So, I mean, yeah, if you've got a Psy or if you've got a Don Lorenzo, someone who can pass, if they start, you know, taking control of the ball, running back and making everyone follow them, if they pass to you and you're there ready, then you've got it, you know, it's easy. Furthermore, like I said, it's pretty much a lineup. So when the time's getting 0-0, you could run here, stand here, then use it, and then you know, spam 3 and whatnot. So I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making it out to be, and I'm pretty sure I could hit it in a game. Though I'm actually curious if any of you managed to actually hit that non-overtime flow in a game. Send me a clip, bro. I want to see that because that'd be sick. So I mean, other than that, subscribe, join the Discord for the art competition. The like details are in announcements channel. Yeah, see ya.